Namaskar, myself Somnath Nandy, and I am here to present my oral paper for the subject Science in Sanatan 1, and I am studying in Masters in Indian Knowledge System from Bhishma School of Indian Knowledge System. So my topic for the day is Kannada's atomic theory. So Maharishi Kannada was born around 600 BC in Prabhas Kshetra. So once, as a small child, when he was on his pilgrimage to Prayagraj, he found actually that the streets were littered with small broken grains of rice, which were absolutely useless. So what he did, he started picking them up, and a crowd gathered, and they inquired as to why he was picking these grains of rice, which are absolutely useless, which even beggars won't take. He replied that although they may seem apparently useless, but when these small grains of rice are combined in hundreds and thousands, they are enough to form a person's meal, or even a family's meal, or even a society's meal. So, as you're speaking these small particles of rice, which are called karn in Sanskrit, he was given the name of Kannada. Also, once while he had some food and he was dividing the food into small parts and small parts again and again, he came to a point where he could not divide it any further. So all these things created an inquisitiveness in his mind, and he continuously fanned it, and he researched, and he took the trouble of finding out that it is what it is which is the smallest unit of matter, which cannot be divided or destroyed any further. So all these quests led him to the discovery of the atomic theory, which is more specifically known as the Kannada's atomic theory. So it states that first of all, the every object can be divided and subdivided until and unless they come to the point of a paramanu. Now these paramanus cannot be seen through the naked eye, but we can get a dimension of what they actually are. Like when in a dark room, sunlight enters through a small hole, we can see the dust particles coming in the sunlight. So these dust particles are called a thrust renu. These thrust renus are made up of even smaller particles or molecules, which are called uh, dvanukas. These dvanukas these Dvanukas are further made up of Paramanus. So while the Trasrenus are the smallest things which we can see through the naked eyes, the Dvanukas or the Paramanus, they cannot be seen through the naked eyes. And they are the last step of division of matter which exists. And also they exist eternally. It is not that they are there and they suddenly disappear or get dissipated. No, they can't get dissipated. That is the ultimate form of existence, which is a paramanu. And also they have the specific property of the subject to which it belongs. Like the paramanus of water, they all have a taste. The paramanus of air, they all have a sense of touch. The paramanus of fire, they all have a sense of sight. The paramanus of earth, they all have a sense of smell. So these are the characteristic features of paramanus of different substances. Next, these Paramanus, they can also be combined in different ways to form Dvanukas or Tranukas, as I said earlier, upon the application of heat. Like for example, they also have some changes in chemical properties. Like when fruits get ripened, that is a change, that is a chemical process. When a black earthen pot is burnt in fire, it turns red. So that is again a change in the chemical properties of the atoms by the application of heat. So these are the characteristics of the Paramanus which they generally exhibit. And also a Paramanu in today's system of measurements, it's around 7.2 into 10 to the power minus 8 meters. So small, not visible through the naked eye. So to get a better understanding of the measurement system, there are some further steps which bring the next steps of measurement after the Paramanus. Like 8 Paramanus, they make 1 Rathadhuli, or which is the dust from a chariot. 8 Rathadhulis make 1 Valagra. Valagra is the hair end. 8 Rathadhulis make 1 Valagra. 8 balagras make one liksha. 8 likshas make an yuka. 8 yukas make an yava. Yava or a barley corn. And 8 yavas make an angula. Angula is a finger, the width of the finger. Now 8 barley corns, when they are placed one after the other, they form one angula. So now this angula is the system of measurement for all the general people, whereas which can be seen with the naked eye, which can be considered specifically for measuring. But the paramanus, they neither can be seen by the naked eye, nor they can be used practically for any measurement purposes. The thing used for measurement purposes is the angula. Now, these paramanus, they also have some characters, like they are indestructible, as I said earlier. Next, they have a specific shape, like they're spherical in shape or have a similar uniform shape. Next, they have the same properties of the substance, as I said earlier, and also the paramanus, they undergo chemical changes under certain conditions, as I also said earlier. So these are some of the characteristics of the paramanus. Now, Kannada further took his theory to explain the various objects that make up the universe. Like we see earth, water, air, fire. These are made up of paramanus, each having a specific gunas, as we discussed earlier. Next, we have space. Space means the directions, east, north, south, east, west, etc. Next, we have akasha. Akasha means the all-pervading ether, which has the quality of sound. Next, we have the atman, which is a soul residing in our body. Next, we have the mind, which is the perceptor of all these sense objects. Next, there are also some categories of the things that exist in the universe, like dravya. They are the building blocks, like the earth, water, air, fire, etc., which are made up of atomic particles. These are the building blocks of the universe. Like from a mountain to a mustard seed, they are all made up of paramanus. So these are all dravyas which make up the universe in different combinations. Next, we have guna, the specific qualities of an atom. Like the atoms of sugar will always taste sweet, that is its specific quality. Next is samanya. Next is karma. Karma means emotion. They are static or they are in motion. Next is samanya. Samanya guna. Like herbivores animals like cows and buffaloes, they eat grass. That is a samanya guna. Next we have vishesha guna. Like we have to differentiate a cow and buffalo, we have vishesh or some differentiating characteristics between a cow and a buffalo. A cow is white, a buffalo is black. Buffalo gives thicker milk than a cow. So all these are some differentiating characters between a cow and a buffalo. Next is samavaya, the inherence. Like a cloth is made up of threads. Threads are interlaced to make a cloth. So they form the characteristic features of a cloth. A cloth has no existence without the threads. And if threads don't combine, a cloth can't be formed. So it is a basic inherence or samavaya between the cloth and the threads. So also Acharya Kannada, he discussed that what is death and what is life. He said that when atoms and molecules are organized, that is called life, and when they are disorganized, that is called death. Hope I have been able to throw some light on the great works of our Maharishi Kannada, and also there is a lot more to be covered, but as per restrictions of the video, we are ending it here. Thank you so much. Namaskar.